So I rocked up to Womanifest, not really having an idea of what my direction was. And I left feeling so inspired, motivated. And that's when I branded myself as the Vision Board Queen.
Today I'm chatting with the wonderful Lisa Williams, the Vision Board Queen. Lisa's story is such an inspiring one, from attending her first Womanifest event to now helping run the whole festival and empowering women to bring their visions to life. We're talking about manifestation, mindset, and how to move forward from dreaming to actually doing. Hi Lisa, thank you very much for joining me today. Are you well?
Yes, very well, thank you. Thank you for having me, Stacey.
No, it's been, I've been very excited to have you. Anybody that doesn't know, Lisa, you are one of the organisers at Womanifest, which is the women's festival that's held every year. Unfortunately, I couldn't go last year. I booked to go and I hurt my back and couldn't actually get there. So I was gutted, but we are on for this year. So how did you come about being part of Womanifest?
Great question. So thank you for starting with that, because obviously that's really a good way to kind of get the background. So I attended the very first Womanifest, which was in March 2020. At this point, I didn't have a business that I was actively working, and I was 6 months pregnant with my rainbow baby. So my focus was to have my baby and then decide what my plan was. Decide what the path was going to be. I rocked up to this festival. It wasn't a festival then. It was actually in an indoor event. It was yeah. So the first one was actually in a hotel. So I rocked up to Womanifest, not really having an idea of what my direction was, and I left feeling so inspired, motivated, and that's when I branded myself as the Vision Board Queen. Within a month later, I'd had my first online challenge. I had set up my business and I had plans to create a membership, which I did so when my rainbow baby was literally 6 weeks old. So it was from that one event that gave me so much inspiration and really allowed me to step into the direction that I wanted to go in. So I obviously then Womanifest had a special place in my heart. So the first, when we obviously went into lockdown, not long after we came out of lockdown, and that's when the founder, Jodie Salt, decided to bring it outside, because we were then allowed to meet up outside and have bigger gatherings outside. So it made sense with obviously Womanifest, the fest side, becoming a festival. So I applied to speak at the first festival of Womanifest, and that was my real first proper speaking engagement other than local network meetings. And it was incredible. The festival, a vibe of it was absolutely incredible. And then I said, next year I'm going to be on the stage. So the year after, I applied to speak and do a speaking slot on the stage. And then the following year, I was part of the advisory team behind the festival. So I was behind the scenes more and helping out with obviously decisions and building up the visibility of the festival. And then not long after that, Jodie decided that she couldn't carry on running the festival, but she didn't want it to stop, because obviously it is such a great event and it really does support lots of women and teen girls out there. And especially within today's society, I'm a mum of 2 girls myself. So I know just how hard those teens are really living in society today. So that's when I stepped forward and offered to take over the festival and run with it in obviously a new way. You know, obviously we've still got the same mission, we've still got the same purpose, but sometimes some things do need new eyes and new fire behind it. And that's kind of what me and the team bring.
Oh, fabulous. I mean, to be fair, everybody's idea of a festival is different. So your idea of fun and mine will be quite different. But actually, like you said, we all bring something different. But it seems to grow massively over the years. It's like this year, everybody's talking about it. I must admit, I'd not really heard about it before this year.
Yeah.
And this year, it's like everybody, I've had quite a few podcast guests from Womanifest on. We've had Amber on, the human design advert.
Yes. She's lovely, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, so it is growing massively. So if you
Yeah.
did want to outgrow your event.
We definitely will outgrow the site that we're on now. If we don't outgrow it this year, we'll definitely be outgrowing it next year. Because it is, it is growing. And like this year, we're already ahead of like double ahead of where we were this time last year. I've already been inundated with speaker applications, and it's kind of that ripple then, isn't it? The ripple effect that kind of you start with something, and the more people that get involved, the more the community grows, the ripple that then affects on other people. And we're really proud of that. And obviously I work with two other ladies as part of like the team at Womanifest, and we are working every day to build this as a legacy. And yeah, we didn't found it. We didn't like create the initial idea. But what we have done is we've taken it to that next level that it had the potential. And it's even got so much more potential to grow even further. And that's exciting. And it's exciting to, we haven't even tapped into the education system of this yet, so even just the thought of being able to do that, that's growing that teen side of it. And that's where, we really want to like bring that and ambassador that home.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Like you said, there's so much that, we can do to help the younger people now. Some of it's like boundary setting, I'll knowing that you've got that support, that network of strong females around you, that, and women that when I was talking to Amber and another lady's life coach, she was saying that, some people and women especially sort of lose the way partway through the life. They've had kids, they've had a career. When the kids have left home, it's like, who am I? What do I do? And festivals like this really help women see that actually, step into yourself. There's other females here. There's other support.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's such a great opportunity to try new things. Like, honestly, there's lots of, over the course of the festival, there is like different workshops, your different speaking things and things that you might not naturally know about.
Yeah.
So giving you the opportunity to try these, taste them and have a little kind of inkling into, oh, I would actually quite like that. So then you can go on and explore that further. These sorts of events are really great to kind of give you those options to try things, give you those chances to just meet new people as well that you might not ordinarily meet. And it's just a great place to really champion that home.
So when you were saying there's you and two other ladies that are basically doing it, I mean, that's a full-time job.
Oh, yes, it is a full-time job. I'm well aware of that.
So obviously before you were doing this, you have, quite a successful business yourself. So how are you juggling the two?
Um, I'm not gonna lie, it's not been an easy task, and I'm not gonna say it is plain sailing because it absolutely isn't. And sometimes it does come to a point where I am like, oh my God, I don't think I can actually take any more on.
That's the break, Tom.
Whereas last year when we took over, we were kind of a little bit in a full on kind of, right, this is the first year we need to really do. Whereas when we've kind of got into the next year, we had things set in place, like we had our shopping village set up ready so people could book at the event. We've had an opportunity for people to kind of share their feedback, and we've had opportunities for people to put themselves forward for speak. We had all these systems in place so that when it came to this year, those things were a little bit easier and more streamlined. So that's kind of taken the pressure off a little bit this year. We have also added in other events. So we now don't just run a festival, we do have other events as well, so that people can get involved in the community side throughout the year rather than just once a year. We don't we don't want to be like a one-trick pony as such. We want to be able to run that community. So we've done things like we did a sunrise hike last month. Next month we've got a forest walk. We've got a networking event in December. In February we've got our Womanifest Awards ceremony. And so we've got other things that are kind of coming in. We've also got retreats, we've got retreat days, and it's just to kind of keep that community element going so that people don't forget what the Manifest mission is, because it's a really strong mission and we want to be able to, utilize that not just once a year, we want to do that throughout the year.
No, that's a really good idea. Like you say, it's not like that you're waiting all year for that 2-day event when actually there's quite a lot on throughout. I like that. So how did you then? Where did you first hear about the Womanifest? What drove you there to start with? Like you say, you were doing vision boards and you had your business and what. How did you get there?
So when I went to the first one, I didn't have my vision board business. I'd qualified as a vision board coach. I wasn't doing anything with it. I was literally just sat on it. And I was actually in direct selling when I first heard about it. I was actually a unique presenter. So when I first heard about it, I was selling makeup and skincare. And I'd only ever really gone to unique events because obviously direct selling companies put on their own ambassador events and stuff. And I seen this event pop up and I was like, oh, it looks quite good there. I wouldn't mind trying something other than a unique event. And then I'd actually stepped away from the direct selling industry in the January. But I'd had my tickets. I'd already bought my ticket at this point. I was like, well, what am I going for? I haven't got a business. Like, I don't really know what I was kind of going for. And I was like, I'm still going to go because I've got nothing to lose. And I didn't really kind of know many people there. I knew a handful of people from networking locally, but I didn't really know anyone. And I was like, so I went on my own the first day. I got the train from North Wales to Manchester, got the train, and I didn't really know what to expect. And I met so many great people that day and I really, really loved it. The following day, I went along with a friend who also has her own business, but she couldn't come on the Saturday, so she could only come on the Sunday. So again, I went along on the Sunday, had a great day. And then I left feeling this kind of like fire inside me. And that's kind of what birthed the Vision Board Queen as such.
So do you run vision board workshops then? Do you do that?
I do, but I don't. This is quite controversial because I don't actually run many vision board workshops. People think when they ask me, "Oh, when's your next workshop?" I'm like, don't really run them. And they were like, "What?" And they look at me as if I'm like stupid. And I'm like, I don't just help you create the vision board. I help you achieve the visions off the vision board.
Okay.
So I don't just sit there and help you stick pretty pictures on a board. You do that yourself. That's not rocket science. It's actually the blocks in the mindset and all the actions that you need to take to achieve the vision. Okay. So I work with clients through one-to-one coaching. I run a mastermind. I run several different programs. I obviously do talks. And I do run workshops. I'm not saying I don't run them, but it isn't something I actively do like all the time. It's like a very rare thing. But what I work with is underneath the vision board. So anyone can stick a picture on a board. That isn't a 2-year-old can do that. That isn't the hard part. It's the actual intention, the mindset, the block. So I work under the board to really help you remove all those weeds that are stopping you achieve the vision that you've put on the vision board.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's more of a, like you say, it's not really, you can't really put that into a workshop, can you, as such? You couldn't make that
You
No,
can, but it wouldn't be a quick
No.
workshop. So I do things that are more like strategy days or
Yeah.
the other day. So last weekend I did a breakthrough day. So we did all around our limiting beliefs. And then at the end of that, we did some arrow breaking, which it was to kind of break those beliefs that we've been holding on to. So it's all about, the added thing that's going to help you really break through that block that's stopping you. So yeah, so I do more than just obviously sticking the on a board, which is what people think when they think of vision boards, which it is.
It is.
But
There's so much more to it.
so much more to it that people just think, oh, I just put a picture on a board, stick it up, and that's it. There isn't. You've got the mindset, you've got your blocks, you've got your manifesting, you've got the law of attraction, you've got the strategy, you've got your goals, you've got your showing up, you've got everything that all kind of the puzzle has to kind of complete everything.
Hi, I'm just taking a quick break to thank you all so much for listening to the podcast and for all your lovely support. If this episode gave you something to think about or simply felt helpful, you can support future episodes and my tea habit over at Buy Me a Coffee. The link is buymeacoffee.com/guide to spirituality. Every little bit helps me keep creating, sharing and growing this space, and I'm truly grateful. So you also do NLP practitioner, aren't you, as well?
Yeah, so obviously that is obviously what I do with inside the coaching side of the vision board. So
you would work those together.
yeah, so I'd work with obviously NLP, and then I've obviously just now added in the experimental training. So I've got the arrow breaking, the board breaking, fire walking, glass walking. So I kind of do all that to help you through that journey to achieve that vision.
Right, that's interesting. But I've just read about the glass walking. I know the fire walking. I booked to do that last. I'm good. I couldn't get there last year. I could not walk. Never mind drive myself anywhere. I was in absolute agony. But I've noticed as well. I've noticed they said I booked to do the fire walk. It said glass walking this year. So is that new for this year, or is that on all time anyway?
We had glass walking last year. We haven't put the schedule out for next year yet, but we did have glass walking last year. We probably will have it again because it is such a great experience.
Have you done it yourself?
Yeah, I've done it several times, and it is my favourite out of the two.
Is it?
Yeah.
And this might sound a bit daft, but can you actually? Does it actually hurt?
No.
No. Is it in your mind? Is it your mind? Is it
Your mind? Everything's in your mind, isn't it? But with glass walking, I think you would prefer glass walking, obviously, with having that spiritual side. Glass walking is more of a spiritual practice, I would say, whereas fire walking is more of a go, go, go kind of energy, whereas glass walking is a very calm, very meditation, and each step you take is basically you feel into your body, you're feeling into that glass, and you're connecting inwards. So it's a very I find it more of a spiritual practice, and that's why I prefer it.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
It's a brilliant, brilliant experience. I absolutely adore it.
So when you say, obviously you do like manifesting the law of attraction, that sort of thing, do you feel like you were sent, well, not sent, but do you feel like you originally went to a manifest, there was no need for you to go, but you got your ticket once. Do you feel like you were put there?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think everything is divine timing. Absolutely everything is divine time. It's like you didn't go last year for a reason. That you couldn't make it for a reason. What that reason is right now, you don't know. But in a year's or 2 years down the line, that reason might come about. You might find, well, the reason why I didn't go is because of this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And it's, I definitely believe in divine timing with absolutely everything. And I definitely think I was in that place at the right time. And I made those connections that I needed to make at that time. And I went to the talks that I needed to go to on that day.
That would set you right for what were to come.
Yeah.
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 Oh, you've got to love how universe works, haven't you? You've got to love
Absolutely.
how
Yeah,
universe works.
absolutely. And it was just the other day that I actually shared a memory talking about divine timing and stuff. So 6 years ago, I had a memory on my Facebook memories that popped up. And it was a memory of me writing down bit like a journal log, really. Sometimes use my Facebook as a bit of a journal, kind of like to get my thoughts and feelings out. So it was me sharing that at that day, 6 years ago, I got a call off my consultant, and the consultant had received the answers to our reoccurrent miscarriage testing. And the consultant rang me himself. Now, you don't know, I don't know. Lots of women listen to this. You all know how gynecology appointments off take forever. Anything like that takes forever. And he rang me himself at 6 o'clock at night on a Friday night. Okay.
Yeah.
Asking me to go in to see him the following Friday. And I'd wrote this post telling, like, obviously saying, I can't believe my consultants just rang me on a Friday night asking me to go and see him next week. And he's got our results and we need to put a plan in place.
Okay.
So that was my memory of me sharing that. And I put on there, let's hope this is positive news that our rainbow baby is possible. Okay. That was the post that I shared. So anyway, and that now looking back at that post, I went to that appointment the following week. I got my answers. I got a plan for when I did fall pregnant. By that Monday, yeah, I was ringing the consultant back to tell him that I was pregnant.
Pregnant. Oh, yeah.
So when I read that memory the other day, I was like, oh my God, that was just like, that call was sent to me.
Yeah.
That appointment was sent to me. Like, I've never had an appointment through within a week. You know, like, never mind, like a call on Friday night.
Yeah.
So obviously the universe knew that I needed that appointment. They sent me that appointment. And if I hadn't have rang back, I very much doubt my child, who is now 5, would be here today.
Oh, that's amazing.
So absolutely, divine timing is everything.
That is actually amazing, isn't it?
It is. It really is. And I think when you've got like stories, or like that acknowledgement that is possible, it really does make you more determined and to show up for your dreams.
Absolutely. So can I just talk about your children? Is that all right?
Yeah.
So you said you had 2. So did you have one and then a series of miscarriages and then the other?
Yes. Yeah. So Alyssa is 12 and Talia is 5. So we experienced miscarriages from 2017 to 2019. 2016 to 2018, and then 2019 is when I fell pregnant.
Right, okay. But obviously, the universe has put exactly what you should have with you.
Yeah.
Okay. When I were looking to have children, we tried for 2 years and we were just totally unsuccessful. And when it came out, I had polycystic ovaries, a blocked left tube. There were all sorts going on. They were like, look, I was like, right, okay. Anyway, I'd been on a weekend away with girls and all sorts. I'd felt dreadfully ill throughout. I come back and had my specialist appointment. Anyway, long story short, it turned out I was pregnant with twins. And I had twin boys. But years we tried, and it was like, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I always knew that I'd have children, but I actually thought we might adopt, but my own. But it's amazing how it happens.
Yeah.
But I've never experienced another pregnancy since. So I've got what I should have had, and I wanted to adopt. So,
Yeah, and that's all you need, isn't it?
yeah. So what's next on a personal level for you? Do you have like, well, my next goal is this, or?
Yeah, so obviously I've got a vision board.
Yes.
So on a personal level, so personally, I've been on a health journey this year. So I've lost nearly 4 stone this year.
Oh, well done.
So that's kind of been a personal goal of mine.
Yeah.
I'm also 40 next year. So I've got a 40 before I'm 40 list that I'm working on,
Yeah.
working through my way of that. So they're my personal things. And then on a business perspective, I obviously want to grow Womanifest because obviously I want to get that out there to more people. And I also, I'm going to be running my own event next year in January. So I've been running an online vision board summit since 2021. So I've ran it 5 times now. So it's ran for 5 years online. And this next year is going to be the first year that it comes to life as such, comes to the real world. So basically within the summit, I'm going to change the name as well because I think it's that its purpose is called the Vision Board Summit, but it's the same principle. So within the summit, what we do is I bring in speakers to help people achieve their visions and their dreams. So, for example, obviously, a lot of my clients are business women, so we'll have somebody covering like sales, we'll have someone doing goal setting, someone who is, got a goal of like doing podcasts or speaking, book writing. So obviously, lots of people have different visions on their vision board, but I do kind of look at like the collective overall arch of themes that I see on vision boards. And I will bring speakers in from those topics and those areas. So obviously there will be manifestation, law of attraction, all the woo side of the vision board, and then obviously the practical strategy side of the vision board as well. So obviously that's the idea, is to bring all of that together. And then we're going to run it as an event. The event will be held at the Story House in Chester. And it will be an opportunity for people to obviously come get involved and work towards their visions. And obviously January being the start of the year, it's the perfect time to get that off the ground and running.
That sounds fabulous. In fact, I feel like I want a place. So if anybody's looking for you and like, look, she sounds like she's right on my street, I'd love to get involved with what she's doing, where do we find you?
So the easiest place to find me is on Facebook under Lisa Williams. You'll find me with pink hair. And I do have a Facebook group called the Vision Board Lounge, which is also on Facebook. I am on Instagram and TikTok, but I do hang out more on Facebook. You can also find Womanifest on Facebook as well. So it's spelled woman, I, and then fest. That is on Facebook and Instagram, and we do have a TikTok as well. We tend to find most people socialise better on Instagram with Womanifest, but we are on all platforms with that as well.
Oh, fabulous. And when our tickets out, what next? They're out now, aren't they?
Tickets are already out, yes. So
I've got mine.
Tier 1 tickets are out now. So that'll be the lowest price that you could get them at the moment. And then after that tier ends, the price will go up to the next tier. And we also have, if anyone's interested in collaborating with us, we do have some sponsorship opportunities as well. And that's obviously a great way to get involved, get in, into with our mission as well, and really, use that visibility for yourself as well.
Oh, Lisa, it's been amazing speaking to you today. Thank you very much for joining me.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me, Stacey.
And I will be seeing you at the Womanifest.
You will, if not before.
If not before on one of the sessions, not a workshop.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for listening to me, Stacey Bauer, on Guide to Spirituality podcast. If you enjoyed this chat, feel free to follow, share, or leave a review. It really helps. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and keep showing up for you. See you next time.